Fort Benton hosts Flint Creek Saturday in the 8-man semifinals. It'll be the first time that Longhorns coach Jory Thompson and Titans coach Mike Cutler have met on the field as opposing coaches, but their history goes a lot further back.
Both of us were kind of looking at the potential of this game happening and kind of looking forward to that. We both have senior sons. Absolutely, there's been some text messages back and forth this week. And
Thompson and Cutler were teammates at the University of Montana Western in the early 1990s, where both played linebacker.
And Cutler was a hell of a player for sure. He was a great linebacker in college, super tough guy. Yeah, and I sat behind him when I was a sophomore, and he started, and then the next 2 years I played after he left. But yeah, he was a great player.
Their position coach at the time was none other than current Montana State football coach Jeff Choate, who was in his first year as a student assistant after injuries derailed his playing career.
Anytime we do these crossover tackling drills, I'd count. I'd go, okay, Mike's third in line, and I'd cut in line to make sure I could be third in line so I could get a piece of Mike Cutler, And so we butted heads a bunch early on. And by that time, I'd gone through another surgery, and I was a student coach. So here's my nemesis running back, old Mike Cutler, and he ends up having to listen to me coaching.
Then along came a new face, Jory Thompson, out of the Flathead.
They actually played the exact same position, and I can remember starting Jory over Mike, and that being there was bad feelings about that.
They chose to start Jory for a game or two, and then he never saw the field again.
That's absolutely true. Yes. Yeah. Anytime there's competition, there's going to be some friction, right? I respect the heck out of Mike Cutler, but at the time when you're 19 years old and you start 3 games as a sophomore, and then they decide to start the senior over you, where as a 19-year-old, I thought that was a pretty poor decision, but as a 48 years older, I can see in hindsight that was a good decision.
Cutler and Thompson are both in the Montana Western Hall of Fame, and they've both gone on to have successful careers in education. And they both have sons that are senior stars on their respective teams. But Saturday will mark a new chapter in their history, one that's built off mutual respect and a healthy dose of competition.
Yeah, he's done a great job there. I mean, obviously they've won 2 of the last 3 championships, and this is his swan song. He's announced he's going to retire, so I'd love nothing more than to send him out, not getting his last one. So
I don't know that him and I will talk again until after the game. You know what I mean? It there for about 48 minutes. I don't care one bit about him. Mm-hmm. In fact, I hate him. So.
And you can bet their old coach will be paying attention.
I have a little bit of torn allegiances this week, but obviously those are 2 guys that I've stayed in touch with, and really proud of what they're doing. Not because of what they've been able to accomplish in terms of wins and losses, because I know what kind of men they are, and I know what they do for the young men underneath them, and it leaves a great legacy. And so I'm really proud of what they're doing, and it's neat to see them. I wish it was in the state championship game instead of the semis, but if somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose.
Tom Wiley, MTN Sports.